So I'm starting to realize something, and this might be just the raving loonies of like a weirdo, which probably makes sense because it's me. But I'm starting to notice something with books, and it's the way that women are described. So as you guys may or may not have noticed, I've been reading a lot of books written in the 17, 18, and 1900s, and a lot of them are spicy books. And I put it in quotations purely because they're spicy, but they're not what you guys think is spicy. Anyway, so besides the obvious issues with the books, which is like they deal with rape, they deal with underage performances, a few of those major issues. There is one thing that I've noticed that all these books have in common, and it's something I've also noticed that modern books don't do with female characters. Now, obviously, the way that a female character is through the decision of an author, and it's what you feel comfortable with describing your female characters. So there is no right or wrong answer to this, but it's something I realized. So in the books that I'm reading from the 17, 18, 1900s, the women are all curvy, they are all plump, they are all with like big backsides, or well, not necessarily big asses, but definitely like enough to be like nice plump white butt. And they use some of those words. It's just paraphrasing here, man. And then they say there's curvy, but there is one thing that I notice is that they all describe women with coochie hair. And I'm like, I've never read that in any of the modern books that I read. Even with the male characters in these books, they have pubic hair. And I'm like, the hell, man? Like, I don't think I've ever read characters with pubic hair. And like, I'm not talking about like, oh my god, she shaved or he shaved or whatever. It's like genuine, there's a forest. They have to forage through the forest. And I'm like, whoa. Or they'll be like, his manhood stood to attention with a black moss of curls surrounding his balls. And I'm like, whoa. So like, yeah, I just think that's a very interesting observation to see how much has changed with writing. And I don't know, I mean, like, I think the 17, 18, and 19 were probably a little more sexually opened to some extent. I mean, they have authors who are anonymous and refuse to name themselves, but like, to some extent, I think they're a lot more open with sex compared to authors now who are like, sex. Describing a woman, she is as skinny as a pinky finger with boobs bigger than Pamela Anderson's. If that somehow makes sense. Like, I just think it's a very interesting comparison to look at the two, because you're like, I kind of want the 17, 1800s descriptions of characters in modern stories, but like, I also know that it's an author's choice when it comes to the way they describe their characters. And I know I've thrown fits about it before, and like, it's not attacking the authors, it's just my little personal observations and pet peeves coming out of light. But yeah, I was like, I want to bring back the bush in books, because that doesn't sound weird at all. I think I need to log off the internet now. Goodbye.